Go ahead. Go for it. Life is totally not a dress rehearsal. That is one quote I will say. However, I gotta say, today's film is awful. It's pretty bad. I mean, I had trouble trying to think how to start this film in this review. But that's one way I'll start it. This film is bad. It's awful. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, people who did this film. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pretty sure y'all did the best you could, but unfortunately, I've got to say this, and this is kind of hard to say, but on the independent filmmaking, both Rudy Ray Moore from Dolomite, and heck, even Tommy Wiseau of The Room, and keep in mind this is an independent film, but this film is pretty bad. This makes The Room look Shakespearean, in all honesty. And the fact that I'm not trying to slam the actors. I'm really not. But this film's bad. I guess we're gonna jump right into it. So today's film is called On the Court. It's a basketball movie. And I will say one thing. I kind of like basketball movies sometimes. Whether they're sometimes dramatic films, or comedy films, like, say, the film Uncle Drew. You know, that one was fun. It's basically if Tyler Perry decides to say, I'm going to do a basketball movie, but instead I'm going to have Uncle Joe instead of Medea in it. So basically the plot of the film was a group of unskilled misfits create a basketball team and compete in a city-wide tournament against many fierce opponents. The film was directed by Eduardo Castillo. And I gotta say, unfortunately, buddy, I don't think their film was very good, unfortunately. But I mean, I wish I could say you did the best you could, but unfortunately, I think one thing that was pretty bad about this film is telltale signs that this film was bad. Of how bad this film was, this sequence right now. Now, if you couldn't tell what was going on, that guy, who is in this case, his name is Kyle.
Yeah, Evan, come on, let's play.
I think he is just a bored worker, and he decides to say, "Oh, I don't know how to play basketball," and then basically, yeah.
Here, man, let me teach you. Put your bag down. Get yourself on the court and learn how to play, man.
He gets taught how to play basketball. And I gotta say, the one thing that the film really makes me mad about is the use of lighting, in that at times when you have a sequence of darkness, you can't really see what's going on. And unfortunately, and hey, I'm not saying you need to have a sequence like this. Hey, if you need to have atmosphere, go for it. You can have a bit of darkness, but at the same time, you need to see what's going on still. That is one thing you will need to learn in filmmaking school. You always need to make sure your subject is at least illuminated correctly. Because if you don't, I mean you can have, sometimes you can have them, like, you know, partially lit to, like, say, hey, like, you know, I don't know, like if it's a horror film with darkness. But sometimes you need to be able to have, you know, to be able to see what's going on. So, not only is the lighting for this film pretty bad, but I'm sorry. I really don't like the, slamming actors. But unfortunately, I gotta say, these actors, I bet they had a wonderful time making this film. I bet they did. But their acting is around the lines of, say, the Tommy Wiseau acting, School of Acting.
Very impressive.
Oh, really?
Yes. Most individuals who apply for this position are usually underqualified.
Oh, wow.
And our company is looking for someone who is ready to fulfill the certain requirements for this job.
Yeah. And I know I'm not trying to be mean, but yeah.
What you got on me? Out. Let's go, Malik. Show him the ooh-ah. Show him the ooh-ah real quick. Show him the ooh-ah.
I mean, I guess that you want to. I mean, I understand that you want to be able to show off your actors and their moves, but at the same time, come on, at least just show, move, zoom in, or at least, I don't know, man. Just move in close to the shot. Or just like, invest in a tripod. I'm not gonna really say the acting for this film, like I just said, it's really bad, but yeah. One thing I also noticed at times is that in the film, well, probably just this one sequence will just like say, okay, I think in the actors for the basketball sequences when they're playing the game, it seems like they weren't able to get the get a lot of actors, so they just use the same people over and over. Or when it came to, say, the score, like yay, cheering and all that, stock sound effects, because you can tell in the editing. You want to see? Yeah. Sometimes like that's how I'm able. This is one way I've been able to have learning by watching some editing. This is how I've been able to learn by watching bad movies. Well, I gotta say, at least like say compared to like say our previous film, which was Kong at TNT, it was bad too. However, at times this film does not have the the goofiness of that film.
What's that? Show him the ooh-ah. Show him the ooh-ah. Show him the ooh-ah. Woo! Yo, Bam!
Whereas this film is trying to be more dramatic. And I'm just gonna say, guys, the editing, the technical aspects of this film are pretty bad.
Called the Kings of the Court. There was me, King Kane, Garen the Golden Apple, Jackie Tiburon, and Vlad the Impaler.
And I'm trying to think of say, oh, you're really trying to be dramatic, you're trying to be all that.
What's up, man? Good to see you. Kevin. Coach, good to see you. Where's your glasses, man?
Contacts.
Really? But I mean, I shouldn't be judging. I mean, my acting when we did the Lab Center was probably not great either. So, but in all honesty, yeah, it's pretty bad, I would say. one of the actors that is in this film is, let me see who it was. Had that handy dandy laptop and all that stuff. I mean, tablet. One of the actors who is, like, say, top listing, who only has 5 minutes of screen, or like probably 5 to 6, was Tommy Lister Jr. As a like a basketball player, and yeah. It seems like he was. It will seem like, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I understand. Like, sometimes in acting, like, sometimes, like, as actors, we'll just pick roles because they say, "Oh, you want me for this role? Sure. I need to eat tonight." You know, that's sometimes that's our actors, how we act work. Sometimes we gotta feel like, you know, I'll do this. It's paying me, and all that. But yeah. What do you guys think? Am I being too hard on this film? Am I, or is it? Or do you guys agree? Is this pretty bad? Put your thoughts, and don't forget to put those comments, because remember, we want to make sure we get to that milestone of making a season 3. But I guess we'll see you next time. See you later.